They score! They score!
Welcome to God's Playbook with your host, Father Rico Passero.
Lock at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown!
Let's play ball.
Friends, today we at God's Playbook are going to study Psalm 50. Psalm 50 talks about the presence of God in our life and the struggle with daily turmoil. Psalm 50 says, "The Mighty One, God the Lord, speaks and summons the earth from the rising of the sun to its setting. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God shines forth. Our God comes and does not keep silence. Before him is a devouring fire, and a mighty tempest all around him. He calls to the heavens above and to the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather to me, my faithful ones, who made a covenant with me by sacrifice. The heavens declare his righteousness, for God himself is judge. Hear, O my people, and I will speak. O Israel, I will testify against you. I am God, your God. Not for your sacrifices do I rebuke you. Your burnt offerings are continually before me. I will not accept a bull from your house, or goats from your folds. For every wild animal of the forest is mine, the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know all the birds of the air, and all that moves in the field is mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world and all that is in it is mine. Do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Offer to God a sacrifice of thanksgiving, and pay your vows to the Most High. Call on me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you shall glorify me. But to the wicked, God says, what right have you to recite my statutes, or take my covenant on your lips? For you hate discipline, and you cast my words behind you. You make friends with a thief when you see one, and you keep company with adulterers. You give your mouth free rein for evil, and your tongue frames deceit. You sit and speak against your kin. You slander your own mother's child. These things you have done, and I have been silent. You thought that I was one just like yourself. But now I rebuke you and lay the charge before you. Mark this then, you who forget God, or I will tear you apart, and there will be no one to deliver. Those who bring thanksgiving as their sacrifice honor me. To those who go the right way, I will show the salvation of God." We see the struggle, friends? God is giving us the contrast here between those who are faithful to him and those who are far from faithful to him. And so it's this constant struggle, this battle between good versus evil, which we call spiritual battles. And so God is very clear that those who are righteous, he will listen to their prayer. How powerful the part of the passage in verse 15, as God says, "Call on me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver you, and you shall glorify me." Isn't it amazing, friends, that God calls upon us and gives us permission to ask him for what we need, to ask him to be present in our life, to ask him to continue to fight for us? This isn't a God who is complacent, who sits on his throne, who just chews popcorn and almost like watching a good sporting event, just is entertained by what is happening in the world. Rather, this is a God who is actively participating in our lives. This is a God who loves, as he says in verse 5, "Gather to me my faithful ones, who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice." Every time we celebrate the holy sacrifice of the Mass, friends, every time we engage with God in prayer, whether it be verbal or silent prayer, we are showing our praise to him, and we are asking him to take an active part in our daily lives. But notice the contrast as God speaks of the wicked. He basically outlines the fact that they are living a lie, that they fail to realize His graciousness, His glory, His splendor, and that His covenant and His commandments, while they are meant to bring us discipline, when ignored, lead to more difficult and bigger challenges. Indeed, it is important that we live that Christian authentic witness every day. And this is outlined in the second part of this psalm. But as it ends, those who bring thanksgiving as their sacrifice honor me. So may this attitude of gratitude that God deserves, friends, be part of our daily prayer life. Not just asking for things, but in thanksgiving for the blessings given to us, so that we can live as faithful and righteous friends of God and never fall into the traps of becoming complacent in our relationship with Him or forgetting the glory that God has for us. May this day be a day of praise to God. May we recommit ourselves to being more faithful to Him and also offering prayers for those who may easily take God for granted too. Lord, may you be praised in Psalm 50, for indeed, from the rising of the sun to its setting, may your name be praised, O God. For God's Playbook, I'm Father Rico. God loves you, and so do I.
If you like what you hear, please consider supporting us using any of our affiliate links in the description below via Buzzsprout, Ko-Fi, or GoFundMe. Thanks, and God bless.